We're on, Lizzy Brodie.
Here we are.
That's sick. Welcome to it. Welcome
I'm
to
here.
the pod.
Welcome to it.
Yes.
Thanks for having me.
Dude, thank you.
Yeah, dude.
I
Like, so
appreciate
many
you so much.
years.
I know. It's so crazy.
To like think about where we've been, and then here we are.
Yes.
It's like it all makes sense.
1,000,000%.
Why wouldn't we be here sitting doing your podcast right now? Of course we are.
What a trip, dude. What a
Yeah.
fucking trip.
For real.
Yeah. Dude, well, I like to start every show by giving my guests their flowers,
Thank
you know,
you.
and you're so incredible. You've always just been like such an amazing support in my life.
Aw,
And
thank you.
like
Yeah,
just cool to have, like, I know you always got my back, which I appreciate.
for sure.
And it's just fun to like watch. It's fun to like be like in similar stages of life as each other, you know,
Yeah.
as we've grown older and
And now
stuff.
that we're parents and all
Totally,
that.
totally.
Gang.
Yeah.
Parent
It's pretty neat.
Yeah, it is.
You know?
It is. Well, thank you, and
Oh, yeah.
ditto. Because, like, you know, just having you as like somebody in my corner, that's like I was just talking about this. You know, like I know a lot of people, but there's really not a ton of like select people. Like I have a small circle of like I'd say business partners and really good friends. That's like when I have an idea, I can run it by them. If I need
Yeah.
help with something, like you're always there, you know, and you're definitely like one of those people. And so thank you.
Fuck yeah,
Yeah.
dude. It's my honor. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's cool that we like love shit so much that
Yeah,
like
dope shit only.
you know,
Forever.
Fuck yes.
Yeah.
Fuck yes. Well, that kind of leads me into what I wanted to maybe like start talking about is the Hustlers Brunch. I think that
Sure.
is one of the dopest things.
It is. Yes.
And it's cool. I just love the concept. So can you, I guess, just tell everybody a little bit about the concept of Hustlers Brunch?
Sure.
And then I'll
So,
start.
yeah, I started the Hustlers Brunch in 2018. So it's 7
Yeah.
years old now. But really, I just wanted to, like, I kind of was inspired by, like, the Grammy, like, the Rock Nation brunch, where I was like,
Yeah.
man, like, look at all these, like, heavy hitters getting together. I'm like, this shit is tight. And then the name, like, the Hustlers Brunch just popped into my head, and I had sat on it for a while before I decided to actually do something with it because I was unsure how people were going to resonate with it, if they were going to connect with it or think I was doing some hood shit or like, I didn't know. So, yeah, so really I just wanted to create a space for like, you know, the movers, shakers, hustlers, entrepreneurs, business owners to like get together and like be community, you know, be amongst each other and connect, share resources, advice. And then once I incorporated the live panel, it really became kind of like the bread and butter. You know, I
Yeah.
really took off and elevated the event. You know, I really just looked at my network of friends and colleagues and was like, oh, it'd be really dope to like have them come and speak and share their stories.
Yes.
So that's really just where my thought process was. And, you know, 7 years later, still doing it. And
Yes.
it's great. And I have new people that attend every time, a lot of returning faces, but like the goal is to always be reaching new people.
For sure.
So it's doing that. And
That
I'm just
rules.
really grateful for the growth and the support and excited to see what the trajectory goes with the Hustlers Brunch.
Yeah, 100%. What's like one of the most challenging things about like curating these?
Well, it can be like scheduling, honestly,
Yeah,
because
for sure.
you're trying to have a venue, photographers, panelists that all can be there at the same time on the
Yeah.
same day, and everybody there's a lot of moving pieces just in that simple, you know, lineup of things.
For sure.
So that
For
might
sure.
be the hardest part. Honestly, I've you know, if I am flying out talent or incorporating sponsors or donating partners, vendors, that does make it a little bit more challenging. Just there's like more moving pieces to it, just more to
sure.
stay on top of. But luckily, I'm a G and I've been doing this, so it is easy for me, and I feel that it does get easier.
Yeah.
I have formulated the production of the event in a way that is super simple, and I keep it very consistent. Like the time it's always 12 to 4. The panel is always at 2:00. You know, I don't really switch it up too much because I think consistency builds trust, and I want people
Yeah.
to always know that like the Hustlers Brunch is gonna be like that place you can always come and always count on. Right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, for sure. No, I love that.
thanks.
I
Yeah.
I think like that's one thing I've been learning in my older age is like the value of like building a good system, like
Yeah.
I think for a while just being like an artsy fartsy fuck, just like being like
Yeah.
you just gotta try something new every time,
Yeah,
but then
or like,
after
"What's the new trend? Let's
right.
try it this way." And I think sometimes that can lead to, like, overthinking something, you know?
Totally, totally
Yeah,
agree. Yes. Yeah. And then it's cool because then like you have a great team, and it's like it's important for your like team to like know the steps too, all the
exactly,
way from the top.
exactly. I've had an intern working with me on this summer series this year, and,
Cool.
she's been incredible. Shout out to Ashley.
Yeah. Right
She's,
on,
like,
Ashley.
overqualified to even be doing this work with me, but it is um incredible to have people on your team who like just take the initiative, who see the vision, who like they she's thinking of things that maybe I haven't thought of, or
Yeah.
stepping up where I'm like lacking a little bit, and it's been an incredible working partnership. And
Sick.
yeah, it's just yeah, it's been really really dope. Shout out to her for sure.
How do you find good folks?
Honestly, like my relationship with having interns, or is you mean interns or like just partnerships, or like team people on your team?
Maybe both, but start with
Uh,
interns and then go from
okay,
there.
so like I when I started LizzyBrodie.com, right?
Mhm.
I had some interns that were working with me, and I was teaching them like how to blog on a website and how to promote it properly and use the WordPress. You built my website, so you remember how it is.
100%.
Um, but it can be really challenging because there was one intern I had that without me knowing, she like dropped a website almost identical to mine.
Oh shit.
And so I was like, okay, like maybe at the time, maybe now that I'm older, I look back and I'm like, okay, nothing, everything doesn't have to be like competition, right? But I
For
think what
sure.
was frustrating at the time was that I was really the only woman in Denver that was like doing something like this. And
Yeah.
then for her to like drop something that was just like, same type of features and everything, I
Right.
was like, yo, and you're not even gonna say anything to
Right.
me. Like it just felt kind of shady. So like, I was like, I definitely cut ties after that, but I didn't have like an NDA in place. I didn't have like proper paperwork. And so that was like something I had to learn, because it's like you want to share the knowledge, you
For
want to
sure.
put people on, but you don't want them to like be
Turn around,
sneaky
do the
about
same
it and
thing.
turn
Yeah.
around and
Yeah.
like use your ideas or like get ahead. I don't know.
For sure.
So, it can be challenging. And then also working with interns who aren't really, they're like, if I have to continue to repeat myself over and over, I just get frustrated.
For sure.
You know what I mean? I just start doing things on my own. So it can be challenging because you have to create that time, that energy, and that space to explain it, make sure they're learning it. And then, like, if you have to keep doing it, it's frustrating. But, like, you just have to be like, it's kind of like having kids when you're like teaching them something, you
For
know?
sure. For sure.
And then as far as just like people that I work with, like, on my team, it's really been like the same people all the time. I find it like if I can count on you,
Yeah.
you're there every time I need you. Like I will
Totally.
continue to work with you. If I work with you and you really fall short, I'm not going to like beef with you. There's no issue. It is
Right.
all good, but I will not probably work with you again,
Yeah.
right?
For sure.
So it's like you just have to, understand where people are at, let them prove and show, and
Sure.
do with it what you will. So,
100%.
yeah.
Yes. No, I love that. I love that. Um, One thing that you mentioned that I've been thinking about a lot lately, especially being a girl dad now, is
Mm,
like the importance of female voices in all
mm,
spaces. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
100%.
And so our first person that we brought on the team is a dope gal named Paula, who's been
Okay.
helping me a lot, and she's been amazing. But it's been, like I grew up with an all boy family, and then my mom
Right.
was a real tomboy,
Yeah.
and so like my wife was like the first real like large feminine energy,
Mm,
and
yeah. And then now you have two girls.
and now it's like, whoa,
Life
they're
was
so
like, we
important.
got you
Yeah,
here. We
yeah,
got you here, babe.
yeah, we're gonna learn. You know, so like, can you just like tell me about like what that's like? Because you're often in spaces that are male dominated,
Yeah.
but it's important to have your perspective, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I think like as a mother now, like representation is super important. for my daughter to see women in whatever field being
Yeah.
successful. It's so funny when I try to share certain stuff with Jaden, or I'll be like, look, like I did this interview, or like, I did this, like when I was on Great Day, Colorado. She's like, cool, mom. She like
Yeah.
doesn't even care. She's like, whatever. Like it's
You're still
so
mom.
I know I'm still mom. I'm not that
Not
cool.
impressed.
But I would say just yeah, being a woman in male dominated spaces can be super challenging, but it's also really powerful at the same time too.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think that what it takes to be successful and level-headed and dominant as well is being consistent, being disciplined in your relationships, setting boundaries when necessary,
Hmm.
and like just not letting people play with you. Um, period.
Yeah.
I was like talking with Omar the other day, and we were talking about just we've had this like over 10-year friendship. And I'm like, man, it's so great. Like, you're such a handsome man, but I've literally never looked at you in that way.
Right.
And I was like, I think that just even at the time, like to have that platonic friendship is just so lovely, that it's never been like, because it's like, you could have like working relationships with a man and then like all of a sudden they hit you up one drunk night and like confess their love and you're like, fuck,
Right.
I
Yeah.
didn't want to do this. I didn't. Come on, bro. Like everything was cool. Like so it's like I hate having to deal with that. It's dumb. Or just, I don't know, but like I think that there was a time in my career, like when Omar was here playing with the Broncos, and I was just really, really determined to make the connections with a lot of athletes,
Yeah.
which I did. I didn't care about being a bad bitch. I'd be like, okay, name your top 5 dead or alive right now. Like that'd be how I would connect with people, is like meet them at this real, like
Yeah,
genuine,
yeah,
like
yeah.
real dope shit level, or like just so you know what type of person I am.
Yeah.
Give me your favorite Jay-Z song. Cool. All right. Like, is hip hop dead? Like literally, like
Yeah.
I have had this is how I've initiated so many conversations, but then I'm like building, working relationships and building connections and, being a consistent face. And like, I think that as a woman, sure, you can use like your charm, but you can also just use who you are and be really
Totally.
strong as that person and
Yes.
create the same relationships in a more positive way too,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. No, I
Thanks.
think that's like it's super important, and it just like I feel like especially in hip hop,
For sure.
like it's very valuable to have strong women that
100%.
because
Yeah.
whether or not well I don't know if this is a true statement, but this is how I feel, like whether or not you like are in love with a woman in any regard, listening to a woman's voice is always a wise decision.
100%. It is.
You
It
know?
is. I know that there's been times where I'm like, yo, they need a woman on the team. Like, I think that most women are like, we're born nurturers, we're mothers to be. There is a design in us that is just there.
Totally.
And so when we're behind the scenes, we're paying attention to so many different details
Certainly.
and handling so many different things at the same time. And I think it took me a while. I used to get really like overwhelmed and stressed if things weren't like to the T.
Hmm.
But I've learned over the years, I've just gotten better at like, oh, okay, this is fine. We're just gonna adjust and handle it how we need to.
Yes.
But yeah, like having a woman on a team, especially who's behind the scenes and handling details, is like it's a major key alert.
Yeah.
Okay, hello.
Yo. For real. For real though.
Back. Shout out to us. Yeah.
Yeah. 100%. Um, One thing that I guess maybe is a twofold is like I was thinking about just the value of your network, and
Yeah.
I think that, you know, in my opinion, sometimes worth more than money is like having good people in your space.
100%. I mean, they say like your network is your net worth.
Sure,
It's
sure.
facts.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true. You know, like I'm not a multimillionaire, but I have quite a few multimillionaires in my circle. And if I wanted to call and get some advice from them, I could. That's
Yeah.
valuable as fuck.
Absolutely.
That's hella valuable.
Absolutely.
Um, yeah, and also like being able to, you know, like you want to be successful, you want to reach these new heights of your career, things like that. Like you need to have people who are doing that type of level of
For sure.
success in your circles
For
to
sure.
just even be around them.
Totally.
You don't even always have to be like, can you give me, like, you don't always need to, just being around them and watching how they work, invaluable.
For
And
sure.
I've had that opportunity so for years now, you know, watching the behind the scenes of how people handle stressful situations, how they handle media, how they handle fans, how they just handle anything that they're doing, production wise on any level, whether it's a show, an event, fashion show, you know, whatever it could be, is like, yeah, I've learned a lot just from watching
For
and being
sure.
able to be in the room.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
a lot of value there.
And one thing that I think is my favorite is just being able to see what's possible. Because
A
sometimes you
hundred
don't even
percent.
couldn't even imagine. And then you
Yeah.
see people doing stuff, and you're like, oh, I also
Yeah.
want to do
I
that.
just tweeted this today, and I don't care what you say, it's still Twitter. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
we tweeting. We still a tweet. But opportunity is everywhere.
For sure.
Stop overthinking it.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yes, 100%.
everywhere. I think people can get super caught up in their own way.
Yeah,
And they just like, sure, fear is real, but it's not. It's just an emotion. It comes and goes. But like,
totally.
don't let that be the reason that you don't do the things you want to do.
Totally.
You know, and this is
Yeah.
what we talk about at the Hustlers Brunch too.
Heck
Like,
yeah.
come through.
Yes, come
It's
on.
like I love having these conversations because, like, my whole life, you know, like these past 15 years, LizzyBrodie.com, the Hustlers Brunch, the lessons in hip hop, you know, the interviews, the things that I've curated, the work that I've done. There was a point in my life where I never even thought these things were
Right.
possible.
Totally.
Like, it wasn't even a thought.
Totally.
I just thought I'd be like a restaurant owner or something.
Yeah. That's still a cool thing, though,
and
too.
that's cool, but
I was
I'm
gonna
like,
say.
I don't want to be an owner. I don't want to be an owner of a restaurant. It's a lot of fucking work. Restaurants are
It's hard.
hard work.
Yeah,
So props to
shout out-
anyone doing all that.
Yeah,
But
shout out Lou and Spencer.
yeah, you know, like I just, you know, I never graduated high school. Like I don't have like I'm not super like book smart,
Yeah,
but I'm very street smart and I'm very people smart.
for sure.
So like those, you know, honing in on that, on who I am at my core and like letting it create opportunity for me and take me places and
yeah.
has been like insane to like just look back over and be like, damn bitch.
Yeah.
You dope and you've done this, you know. And I'm like, you know, it's good to have those moments, you know, like
Yeah,
we got to be proud
absolutely.
of ourselves too, you know, and humbly, you know,
Sure.
but
Yeah, you gotta cheer yourself on, though.
100%.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
gotta be, because sometimes nobody else is.
Yeah. Sometimes there
You
is
know?
nobody there.
For
You're talking
sure.
to your cat.
Yeah.
Cat
Yeah.
ain't gonna do nothing to
Yo. For real, though. For real. No, but it really is. I was just telling my daughter that yesterday. Like, the world is so magic, and it's like it really is freaking dope that you can just like think about stuff and then be doing it. You
Be
know?
doing it. Yeah.
As long as you just
100%.
make those like just that little effort every single day.
Yeah,
and you're like,
yeah.
"Holy
I mean,
shit."
like manifest, but do the work.
For sure.
I always say that. It's the thing. It's like, you know, you can manifest a lot, but if you're not actually putting intention and actual action
time.
behind it,
You're just sitting around fucking
you're just sitting around
daydreaming.
Yeah.
Like,
For
fuck are you
real.
talking about?
Right. Like, hello. Do the work.
Yes, do the work. What's like because like one key element for the Hustlers Bunch that I always think about is like the sharing of knowledge. That's kind of like one of the keystones I think about that event. How important is that, you know, like in the things that you're doing and how you're thinking?
I mean, like for me, I'm definitely at a point where I love to share the knowledge.
Yeah.
You know, like aspire to inspire. You know, like
Cool.
what is there's that quote from Nipsey where he's like the highest human level or something is to like inspire the next, something along those lines.
Okay. I
But
would agree.
like,
Yeah, I think that's great.
I mean, to be to interact with somebody, right? And have them leave that interaction feeling like they're more capable,
Yeah,
that's the magic in the world.
for
You know
sure.
what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, I
that's how
love
you
that.
make an impact.
Truly.
So like that's really like what the Hustlers Brunch is really like. The essence of it is
Yeah,
like that everybody leaves feeling like extra motivated and inspired, and like
totally.
they feel like they took away something that they didn't think about before, So,
Correct.
and that's like, and then in turn, when I hear like the feedback from the event, it just fills my cup even more and
Yes.
motivates me. So it's like this great little, just ongoing little wheel
Yes.
of like
Feeding it.
inspiration
Yeah.
and like knowledge and sharing. And like there's so much power in like sharing your journey.
Yes.
You don't know who you could inspire.
A
Why are
100%.
you trying to gatekeep? Don't gatekeep that. Share that.
For
Share it.
sure.
It's important,
Yeah,
and like,
truly.
I think, connection is important, community is important. So
Yes.
like all those things, yeah, just make the world go.
Agreed. I could not agree more. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's why I love you. Yeah. One thing I want to make sure to ask before we go is, what was your welcome to it moment? What
Well,
was that?
okay,
Yeah.
I got
What
a
was it?
good one.
Yeah, I know
And
that's
this is kind of like, it might be a little bit, it's not like this big massive moment, but it is for me.
yeah.
So this was maybe 2013 or 2014, right? Backstage at Cervantes is a 420 show. Red and Meth were headlining, right?
Yeah.
I had been doing, I think I put together maybe a couple interviews, did some product placements. Like I was busy because like when I started, I was like, hey, can I maybe like bring this over? Like this person wants to give you some shirts. They're like, cool. Then I got to a point where I'm like, all right, guys, I got this, and this. Like I'm coming to the table with some shit.
Yeah.
Bet. Okay, cool. So, anyways, it was just we were sitting backstage, and I remember we were sitting on the couches, and Meth was like, "Yo, Brody," he was like, keep doing what you're doing," and I was like,
Me?
"Who? Oh shit!" He was like, "I see you, Brody. Keep doing what you're doing,"
That's dope.
and I was like, and I get goosebumps even just thinking about that moment because that was the first time like somebody of that caliber like looked at me and was like,
I see you.
"Do that."
Totally.
Do what you're doing, and it just meant a lot to me. It took a few years for Meth and I to have a close friendship, but I would say like that moment was like the start of it.
That's cool.
And yeah, like that's just something that I hear him saying that in my
Yeah.
mind a lot, and it just, yeah, like that was a
It's
moment where
very
I was
cool.
like, yes,
Yes.
cool, I'm on the
Okay.
right path here for sure. And that was over
Totally.
10 years ago.
That is dope.
Yeah.
And I guess going back to our point, like about the world being magic, like speaking life into people, and you never know, like, because that was relatively easy for him to do. He didn't have to like get up even out of his chair. He just had to
No.
like speak life and
Yeah.
say, like acknowledge that you were doing great. And
Yeah,
that's like
it meant
such
a
a
lot. It
cool
meant so
thing. And
much.
yeah, truly.
Yeah, and sometimes it is that simple,
100%.
and he probably doesn't even remember. He might remember saying that to me, but like, it's like that was a moment for me, bro.
For
Like that
sure.
meant so much because I was still just, like my relationship with Redman and Method Man is always so great because it's like I always tell people how like I was in high school, getting out of school, smoking some weed with my friend. We would watch How High,
Yeah.
just be on some dumb shit, like loving it,
Yeah.
And so like fast forward all these years, I never would have thought these would be like my people for real, like my
Yeah.
family, like my biggest allies in the hip hop industry, and people who have taught me so much. I was
Yeah.
lucky to be around, and yeah, that was that was a big one.
For sure.
So
What's like something that you could share with people, like a good tip for networking, and like what are some things that people should be thinking about because that's one of the greatest
okay,
ways
I
to grow a
mean, okay, I
business.
got kind of like a two-part answer. So
Okay,
one is show up.
cool.
Show up and be ready to engage.
Yeah,
Always be ready to like say hello,
yeah,
share who you are and what you do,
yes,
and always follow up and nurture your connections, right? Even if it's just to say hello, how are you, checking in, what you got going on, cool.
Yes.
So show up in your networking and be a consistent person.
Yeah.
And also, don't be afraid of collaboration, right? Like collaboration is one of the most valuable things that is amongst all of us entrepreneurs, business owners, and creatives, right? Because, when you purchase a service from somebody, it's like a business transaction. It's like, cool, thank you, and boom, see you when I see you. When you collab, it means you believe in each other.
Sure.
It
Yeah.
means you support each other in what you're doing.
Sure.
If there's more, it's more genuine.
Okay. I hear that.
And I feel like there's more value in like what's being created when there's a collaboration, because it just shows that like there's just more like genuine support there, as
Sure.
opposed to like paying somebody to come do something. It's like, okay, I mean, I'm not going to speak on everybody's business tactics and ethics, but I don't know. It's like a business transaction, or like we really believe in support each other, and we're going to do this.
Yeah.
So
I
don't
hear
sleep
that.
on collaboration. Everything doesn't
Yeah.
have to be a business transaction. There is a lot of value in just collaboration
Yes.
alone. And like, you think of collaboration as almost like a marketing tool,
Totally.
So
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Especially on the come up for sure too.
100%.
Yeah. Yeah.
100%. Not saying like you want to get to a point where it's like you paying the bills,
Right. For sure.
sure.
For sure.
But at any level, there's still opportunity for collaboration, and I think it's important.
100% agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
100% agree. Because you never know what like rooms you'll find yourself
Exactly.
in just like
Exactly.
hooking it up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. I think some of like the biggest wins I've had have been from people I've met at other shoots where
Exactly.
I was like, oh, I'm doing this for free or cheap or whatever,
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
you like meet all these people and you're like, oh
Right.
wow,
So
I
then
just
there's
paid this
like
whole
all this
year.
other value comes in that
Different.
creates more opportunity.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So dope. I love that shit.
Right. Yeah. Yo. One thing I was curious about that I didn't put on the question thing because I wanted to catch you blindsided.
Yeah, do it. I'm ready.
Was like, as technology evolves and a lot of your business is on the internet, how are you learning and growing, or like how are you evolving as well?
I mean, I'm honestly like trying to do my best. It is kind of hard because I'm like not a super like tech savvy girl, and I am very like old school. Like I like to do things like in the way that I learned them, and just like to keep doing it that way. But I think like for me, like I do think there's still a lot of value in guerrilla marketing.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? Like flyers, posters. I
sure.
still do that shit,
Yeah.
But I do think that it's also important to see like what are the online trends, and
Right.
just even if you're not doing them, at least stay educated on what they are, and then don't be afraid to like try it. I mean, I think one of the biggest things with like at least social media being like the main platform and outlets for everybody is just creating content that people can connect and relate to.
Mhm.
So doing a lot of things that are like this, where people can see us and
Totally.
see how we're speaking, and instead of just typing it.
Totally.
People want to hear you talk and watch you,
For sure.
So I think that's really like the biggest thing. So if anyone's out there and you're like afraid to get in front of the camera, because I was afraid to be in front of a camera for a really long time, which was dumb.
Yeah.
Well, dumb. And now we're doing it, but sometimes it takes a while to be like, all right, it's cool. Like I got this, and it's just a camera and it doesn't mean anything, like it just gives me a bigger platform.
Totally.
Yeah, like don't be afraid to do that. Like just start doing it.
Totally.
And you'll get better at it, because that's how it's been for us,
For sure.
right?
I hope so.
Are we good? Is this thing on? Yeah.
For real. No, I love that. Yeah, because like I guess that's what I was curious about too, is like because your blog is a big part of what you do in your website.
Yeah.
And like I guess I'm curious, like, are you going to do more video stuff on your site, or like?
I mean, I'd like to.
Yeah.
I think that one of my goals is to like, invest in cameras myself and do my own video
But
work.
you can just do it on your phone right now.
I know, but my phone, I don't feel like my phone films it as good. I need to learn. I know.
Yeah.
Cut the shit.
Yeah.
I need to cut the shit.
I was literally just doing a campaign. Sorry to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
This will convince you, I hope. But they were talking about it was for AG1, and we had all these fancy cameras and shit, and we shot half the day on a daggum phone
Yeah.
because they just want it because of people. It makes people like feel like you're.
Like it's more like natural.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
You're
Okay.
just
You know,
here.
I get
You know what
that.
I
I
mean?
get that. Yeah, I do need to like get it together, and because
Yeah.
I have a lot of things that like, with my lessons in hip hop or just like content ideas, like things I want to blog about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do just,
Just got to do it.
I know. I know. Well, if I could get the kids to be quiet
Yo.
and if I could find the right lighting in the
Cut it
house.
out. No, step outside.
Yeah.
Take 5 minutes.
I know.
Give us a lesson in hip hop.
I know.
You know?
I
I
do
like
have
that.
about 30, 31 episodes of Lessons in Hip Hop out,
Come
but I
on.
haven't shot in a while. But I do have plans to start shooting more episodes because
Yes.
that should
They're
inspire.
fun.
And if anyone out there doesn't know what Lessons in Hip Hop is,
Yes. Put them on game.
it is the show where we break down the lyrics and lessons from some of our favorite songs in hip hop. So no, I'm not teaching you how to beatbox. No, we're not.
That's a couple of tequila
Right.
shots after.
I know. After the tequila, maybe. But, like I just really what kind of prompted me to start that is I like can't stop listening to throwback hip hop even if I try. Like I'm like I've been thinking I'm like, how MTV True Life?
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
like, if I
yeah.
had a True Life episode, it would be like True Life. I can't stop listening to old school music. I can't. I mean, I listen to new music too, but I'm like, I always still put the old stuff on.
For
It's because
sure.
I live for nostalgia.
Yeah,
It's
I mean
like,
that
I
was just
love
your
that
generation,
feeling.
so you just like stick to what you know.
I'm an 80s baby. I can't let
Yeah.
it go. But listening to music like when I was 15 and then listening to it as a 35, 40-year-old woman,
Crazy.
I hear different lyrics. I
Well,
hear things mean something different to me. I'm like,
for
oh
sure.
shit, I didn't know that's what he was talking about. Like, so I'm like, oh, this would be cool if we could like talk about it. Like, how
Yeah.
can we talk about it? So it was really like, like those like lyrics and songs where they've stuck with you for hella years, or like you heard it and it like taught you something, or it
Yes.
just like maybe means something different now after all these years. Things like that. So, it's like a quick little like 3 to 5 minute little episode. I've got some guests on there, but like it's really fun to talk about that.
Yeah.
It's like we have our favorite songs, but like what do those songs mean to you? Like what did they teach you? What
For
are the
sure.
lessons in hip hop?
Yeah.
So
No, I love that. I love that.
thanks.
Yeah. Yeah. You said like talking about like how you felt young versus how you feel old. Listen to that, and like it just made me immediately think about like all those like heartbreak songs or like pity party songs. Like I was so into Kid Cudi, and
Yeah.
he's still my favorite rapper
Yeah.
ever. But just like listening to be like, you don't feel that way anymore.
Yeah. It just means something different now,
Totally.
So funny.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
endless too, It's like
Truly.
endless. It
Yes.
could what one line of lyric means to you could mean something totally different to someone else.
1,000,000%.
So that's where it's kind of like cool,
Yeah, yeah, the interpretation and like
Mhm.
how your life lenses like affect that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
that's wild. Coming up, I think like well, I'm thinking two things at once. So let's just go back real quick. I just keep thinking about new things about the Hustlers Brunch that I just
Yeah.
wanted to touch on.
For sure.
How are you are you thinking about when you're picking these topics, like for example, health is wealth is the one that's coming up next, and then I don't know if you want to talk about the next one after that.
Yeah,
yet,
so the
but-
next one after that will be Hustlers in Real Estate.
Cool. Yes.
So yeah, I've done like financial panels, I've done parenting panels.
Yeah.
I just really try to think about what people need.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Totally.
Like who can I bring on to talk about this
Hopeful thing.
niche, this thing?
Yeah.
Because it's endless as well.
Truly.
There's a million things we can talk about. Like I can do
Totally.
150 panels. I have panels like coming out my ears of like, but it's gonna take me years. Like I can't I want to keep the Hustlers Brunch as something that's special. Like it's not normal for me to do a Hustlers Brunch every month,
Sure.
right? And that's just what this summer series is. Typically I do like one a quarter, so maybe like 3, maybe like 4 a year. Because I just want to keep it special. I don't want to like overload it. But like with
Totally.
that being said, I'm like cannabis. Like there's like a couple different cannabis themes I want to go with,
For sure.
But like even like local artists, national artists, booking, touring.
Totally.
I mean PR.
Right.
Like there's just a lot that you can tap into.
Totally.
It's endless. So I'm just going to keep doing it. And,
Fuck yeah.
people just, like if that particular panel isn't for them, that's okay. Like you can catch the next one or something that entices you a little more.
Yeah.
But I still feel at every Hustlers Brunch, there is still really valuable networking that always happens.
Totally.
And I do always try to curate the conversation in a way that everybody can take something from it.
Yeah.
So like, yes, we're going to touch on like what your actual, lane is, but like we're also going to talk about it in a way where anybody who's doing anything can pull some value from it, insight, inspiration. So
For sure.
like I make that a point.
Yeah.
So anybody can come all the time. But
I love
a lot of times, and I'll say this too, like a lot of times, like when I did the Higher Power edition a couple summers ago, that was Kevin Kane, Squizzy, and Cook. There was somebody that was like pulled Squizzy or maybe Kevin aside. And he was like, man, I've always wanted to talk to you, but we're always in the club and I've never found the right time or place.
Yeah.
And so that's like another huge piece of it, is being able to connect with the panelists in a real face-to-face way that is not the club or like an inappropriate time to do it.
Well, they're working.
This is the time to do it. Like,
totally.
And I always do like the live Q&A after. So like if you have questions for these people, you get to ask them face-to-face, and get like that real responses, real engagement with them.
Totally.
So yeah.
That's sick. No, I think it's like so important because there's so much shit. I mean, you had mentioned like not graduating high school.
Mm-hmm.
In it, part of me in this day and age is like, what's the point of even going to high school?
What is the point? Hello, I was ahead of my time. Okay?
For real. always, Lizzy Brodie, always 2 steps ahead, dude. Yeah.
Oh man, sorry, Mom.
Yo. But it like being able to like share these like big overarching ideas with people that maybe wouldn't necessarily appreciate them, I think is so important.
Yeah.
I think that's super dope.
For sure. Thank you.
I think that might be our alarm saying that you got to give us your closing wisdom. What do you got to say for the people?
My closing wisdom.
Yeah. What do you got for the peoples?
Let your potential be your motivation.
I love that.
Boom. Been saying that for many years. I actually said it on a podcast.
Yeah.
Maybe like 8, 9, 10 years ago. And that's become one of my taglines because what do you think you're capable of?
Totally.
What do you see for yourself?
Yeah.
Let that shit be your motivation.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Do it.
Yes.
Let your potential be your motivation.
Yo. Yo. Fuck yes. Where can the people find you?
Oh, LizzyBrodie.com. Lizzy Brodie on all socials. That's LizzyBrodie. Tap in with me.
Yes.
Click follow.
Yes.
I'll follow back. Talk to me. I talk back.
Yes. She's a real person.
And tap in with the Hustlers Brunch for sure.
Yes.
The hustlersbrunch.com. Tap in with Lessons in Hip Hop.
Yes.
Lessonsinhiphop.com as well. Same on the socials as well.
Dope.
Dope shit only.
Fuck yeah. Love you, Lizzy Brodie.
Love you too. Thanks for having me.
Love you, peoples. Fuck yeah, dude.
It was so good.